Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dr. Blitz, and today I'm going to be reacting or checking out more than reacting. I don't really react most of the time, checking what the Sony has to show in this state of play. The disclaimer from Sony was that it's mostly focused on uh, third party stuff for PS4, but there may be a couple of PS5 stuff. It's pretty long. It's 40 minutes long. So this is like the Nintendo Direct, General Direct size, or at least I hope so. So they're promising a lot of things. There's also going to be PlayStation VR stuff. Um, so yeah, as usual, I just like being informed and checking everything related to gaming, regardless if I am like a fan or not. I don't have a PlayStation. I'm not planning to buy a PlayStation 5, for example. But I do enjoy uh, checking what they do, what they like to promote, and what kind of games. I'm guessing some of these games are also going to be coming to PC or Switch, which are the platforms that I use. So yeah, it's good. I hope it's very interesting at least. And well, so like I said, I have like absolutely no expectations. Like, what are the big games that are still not released for PS4? Um, Actually, there's quite a bit. There, I think the big one that everyone is waiting for more info is Elder Ring from Software, who are the developers of Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all of that. Uh, Tales of Arise from Bandai Namco is another game that was announced last year, but that was announced at Xbox. I don't know if I'm guessing, and I'm guessing Microsoft may have some kind of agreement, but we don't know. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's about to start. Let's see what they have to show. There's faint music there. Okay, Crash Bandicoot.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains, Neo Cortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a
But yeah,
decade.
I'm not.
So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans as well as new players to this amazing
Not a
franchise.
Crash Bandicoot guy at all.
First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense,
Like, even if this
precise,
game
and
for Switch or
perspective-shifting
PC,
platforming that we all fell in love
which
with.
is
And then, we wanted to
not been
introduce
confirmed
exciting
for
new
either
elements that
platform.
we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where
I
Crash's
wouldn't,
adventure
I
first
wouldn't
started
be
and where
too
we
much
pick
into
things
it,
up
but
again
I
in
know that
Crash
it's
4.
a
But
popular
there have
game.
definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago. And throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration from not just the original games, but the animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to
Yeah,
explore.
well, those type of levels,
Throughout Crash
I'm not a
4,
fan of
you'll
them.
see wide open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that also comes new
Those
additions to the
corridors,
platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zip line as well.
the
In the
2D
original trilogy,
doesn't look,
specifically Crash
2D parts
Warped,
don't look
there were
bad, like
certain
the
moments
side
in the game where
scroller.
Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a motorcycle, That seemed like a natural area for us to expand
Yeah,
upon.
those corridors.
So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game.
Especially
These skins
those
are
ones.
totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. And just to be clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges and earning gems within levels. Crash 4 also introduces the Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the game to tackle the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button, Kapunawa, who allows you to slow down the world around you,
Cool.
or Lonnie Lowly, who allows you to phase shift elements in and out
I mean,
of
I'm just
existence,
happy more
bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks.
more
is a must.
platformers exist.
We also can't wait to
There
talk
was
to you
a
about the
time
fourth
where
mask,
it was
Akano,
basically
but that's gonna have to wait for another day. What we can tell you today,
It's
though,
Nintendo
is that
and
Crash
Indies.
isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure. For starters, you can play the entire game as Coco. Any level that you can play as
Coco.
Crash, you can also play as Coco. It was also very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay. Here you can see that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex. He's all about using his blaster to change an enemy in his path. In addition to playing as Cortex, we're excited to reveal that for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingodile. I repeat, you get to play as Dingodile in Crash 4. Now, a lot has changed in the years since
okay.
we
I
last
guess
saw
that's a
Dingodile.
big thing.
In fact, he hung up his
Oh,
old
yeah, but
flamethrower
it's
rocket
bad.
launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension. Finally, there's one more surprise I'm incredibly excited to show you today. The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table, so we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped-up, bumpa-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience. One dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward. We've even got one that feels like an old-timey movie, with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well. Once unlocked, players can replay all the game's levels with a totally new and dynamic look and feel. It's an incredibly fun feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists out there, a reason to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting experiences in store.
They warm me up to this.
So that's some of the new stuff that we've in store for you in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Experience the space and time-bending madness on October 2nd.
Cool.
Today's State of Play is loaded with third-party updates for PS4 and PSVR, and some new PS5 gameplay too.
That's it.
We open the show with an all-new look at Crash 4, It's About Time, coming to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
I think this is going to be crossplay now. I completely forgot about this one, but yeah, this is exciting. Entry. It's cool that IO Interactive now it's independent. I hope they continue doing good, so they don't have to sell.
Besides, this is your big
Oh,
day.
This
You should mingle.
this is VR.
Have fun. Oh, don't worry about that.
Not the best frame rate. That's going to be weird.
Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back.
That's cool. death awaits. January 2021. Nice. Is it still? Nope. Okay, time controlling shit. Oh, it's Brave, no? Yeah. Was it not available? PlayStation? I don't know.
We are happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition. It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
This
Many
was a
areas
very
have been
good game.
re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to make
Nice.
the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope you'll enjoy the game when it comes out early next year.
Ooh, still, this type of games, you know, remakes, remasters, or just
The Pathless is a mythic adventure set on a mystical island. Let's take a
I
quick
think
tour
they
of
are
this new
better.
footage
Like,
captured from PS5.
announcement and launch very close, maybe 1 month.
Hi everyone, this
That's
is Matt
just me.
Nava from
Yeah,
Giant
this
Squid.
looks very good.
I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless.
This looks, I mean, at least the trailer they had at Game Awards, I think.
The Pathless
It's
is
really
an open
interesting.
world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter.
Hoping for PC.
The Hunter is a
this
master of archery.
I'm not
She
sure.
can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound across the landscape. Fluid, dynamic movement is at the core of the Pathless. So the game's unique take on archery is all about timing, not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible to shoot even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers.
Yeah, that's
You
cool.
instantly feel as skilled as the hunter herself. With help from the eagle, you can even fly. The bond between the hunter and the eagle is central in the Pathless. You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
Okay.
Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
Yeah. Pet your animals, please. They deserve it.
You'll find secrets all over the island.
That's like
If
the
you know
astral
where to
chain mechanic. Like your flying mechanic. That's it.
Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap.
Okay.
You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures.
Mm.
Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open world games, there's no map. Instead,
Nice.
the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been. Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
Breath of the Wild. I'm in. Nice.
Giant cursed spirits, the source of the darkness, will pose a constant threat to you on your quest. They will try to separate you from the eagle. Stay still in the
Okay,
light
so
to
there's,
avoid detection.
There's not much combat. I guess more like stealth.
You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks. When the obelisks are restored, the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
Very, very impressive. I hope there are like different types
The
of
hunter and
beasts.
eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world.
Oh, so you finally see the sun.
I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Pathless. We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover. The Pathless is coming out later this year. Thanks for watching.
That's very in for that. I mean, if it comes to other thing that's not PlayStation. They didn't say anything about exclusivity, so I'm expecting at least the PC. PS5 only? Do you think it's not coming to PS4?
Next up,
See.
let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
I've never tried this.
Hi,
Spelunky.
my name is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator of Spelunky.
I know it's one of the
For Spelunky 2,
best,
I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in
like
new players.
roguelikes.
It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place. So many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together.
Nice.
And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family. I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact with it in
Nice.
lots of new ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys and find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves. As a result, the stories players create will have much more texture to them. Even after many, many hours of playing, I still have interesting runs that don't even go past the first area. In Spelunky 1, runs often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them. So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about. And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we,
these games are like
the developers, know about the game.
super cool, but
I have
also
two
very
types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans. First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game.
Holy
And
shit.
second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer. These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really what guided my design choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover it. A big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2. It's been a long journey, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Thanks.
Available now. Number 15. Okay, it's pretty soon.
We've got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you. Starting with a
Genshin
closer
Impact.
look at Genshin Impact.
I played the beta of this one. It's pretty interesting.
There's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
It's like the obviously everyone expected to be like a Breath of the Wild clone, but it's a lot more action focused, and it's based around like having different characters who have different elemental abilities. That's the thing. I like it. I like it a lot. But it's a free-to-play game, and the progress. I don't know how they're going to handle it.
Like dealing death.
But
If you cannot bring
definitely,
yourself to kill,
I still enjoy what I played. Wasn't much, maybe like 10 hours. Less than 10 hours. The elemental combos are pretty cool.
Time for takeoff.
That's been
I claim your mind for the void on my
confirmed for different levels, including Switch and mobile devices.
way of my vengeance.
Beat 'em up. Yeah.
This ambition of yours, what a waste of stardust.
Maybe I'll go down a little bit on the audio. Interesting visual style. Must die. Okay. Yeah, this looks like that game that was revealed at Microsoft conference or Xbox conference like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Full art style. Anno Mutationem. Okay.
It's time to talk Bugsnacks. Let's check out some gameplay
Bugsnax.
captured from PS5.
The meme
is
game.
open. Come join me on the island of Bugsnax. Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this Bugsnack story, you're out of a job.
You're the journalist. Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a bug
Mayor.
right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. Use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite bug snack is. And feed it to me, Obs.
Ovs.
Proud doing. He misses Papa. Oh, of course he does.
Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
You're pretty good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch bug snacks and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
Well, say you do find these Bugsnacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Nah, that's a pizza. Oh, you're an animal too. Quiero bonito.
There's a lot more in store. Let's start with an update on an eagerly awaited
Vader
PlayStation VR game.
Immortal. Waited? Did we know about this? At least I didn't.
She's wrong with you.
You must stop Vida. I don't understand why you never mentioned that you had the Force.
Every nerd stream, you know? Five is really soon. Okay. Dreamcast.
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
That control DLC. And I really want to try this game on I just got a new graphics card. Got a very good deal on it. I need a DLS S2 game. So I may try this. Oh, very soon. The truth is that I have way more games that I can play. Because of time, obviously. Or chess or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, out of chess. I have no idea. I just seen it before. I mean, I guess the genre that is popular. Good idea. I think it's been done before, but puzzle game. Nice. Machine rendering all of that. The pedestrian coming to PS4. Oh, so it's already out. Didn't know.
Now let's take a look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts, running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Sumo Newcastle.
They count, ration, manipulate. They've taken everything from those they claim to protect. Authority and steel will not stop us. We are
So it's a stealth. I mean,
we are wraiths. We bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
really wish that people display their games with. They view their games with gameplay. You know what the game is about, or is it a brawler?
We take back what was stolen. And the people call us heroes.
Multiplayer.
To others, we are rivals.
I guess that's the gameplay. We're trying to emulate it at least.
All outlaws.
Food. Okay, there it is.
But some of us will become legends.
Capture from PlayStation 5, but it doesn't look like that much better. Tam. So this is their Pokemon clone, huh? Popular. I mean, it's already out on PC. So the monsters are called Temtem? Okay. PS5.
Before we wrap up, let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this
This
holiday.
looks cool. I actually really like how it looks. Another game that I mean, I guess it's 60 frames per second, which it's much better. This would be 30 frames per second on PS4.
My name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy.
This developer started with a hard game.
Godfall is a
I really like
slasher
it. Duelist
features
it was
intense
called.
action,
Really liked it.
satisfying moment-to-moment combat.
So
and
yeah,
robust
I'm pretty interested in this
progression
one as well.
systems.
But
You can enjoy the game at
I
your
don't know.
own
I
pace,
just have way too
playing
many
alone,
games.
or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. Godfall is a complete package. All loot and gear in the game are acquired or unlocked through gameplay. There are no microtransactions, no waiting for content. It's all in the game on day one.
Okay.
As you adventure, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you.
I like when they
You
rebuild
play a
things.
Valorian knight, a godlike warrior
Keeps you engaged. I
able to
mean,
equip
maybe you
valor
don't like
points, legendary armor sets that
it's weird.
transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat.
I don't know really how I
Throughout your
feel.
journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics
But
and long
yeah, I
history.
guess it's good. I mean, no, not having to invest
Now let's talk about
money on
gameplay
it.
in Godfall.
It's good. Okay, let's
First,
support this part.
our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment or mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple enemies at the same time. As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with
I don't really
the
like how
philosophy, let's dig into
you
the
basically
weapons
don't
themselves.
react to being hit or your
In
enemies at
Godfall,
all.
there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword, the dual blades, the polearm, the two-handed warhammer, and the two-handed greatsword. Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and playstyles, ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire
shield.
numerous weapons. For each weapon category, each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits. At a later date, we will delve into the weapon classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and the longsword weapon classes. The dual blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility. The dual blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone, The Blade Cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo.
Okay.
So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate Inner Focus, which is unique to the dual blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy,
Nice.
pulling the enemy towards you, like pulling a cable.
Hook shots are always cool gameplay
Now
mechanics.
let's switch to the longsword weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack. You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets. If you tap the shield button just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave attack.
Nice.
You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
Yeah, gameplay wise, this looks pretty good. I mean, it has a few things that I wish they changed, like for example the feedback that you get, I guess. So that one, yeah, that seems like against the bosses that exists, but maybe not against the mobs. Where you actually like react to their hits and stuff like that, and they react to yours. Like that slide, I don't know, it doesn't seem very useful right now.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
Yep, this is very interesting. Another thing, Sony is relying on this being exclusive to their console, like console exclusive, it's coming to PC as well as their like launch highlights.
That's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this peek into the future of PlayStation.
So yeah, I think it was very good. I like very much the Pathless. This last one was also very good. Bugsnack seems to be like a actually fleshed out game. You know, I wasn't expecting like that. Uh, that looks cool as well. I'm trying to remember Genshin Impact. I'm really interested in that playing that one, but I want to hear more about the progression. I mean, I don't want to be like a one of the ones who tried first the real game. Although it's a free to play, but we'll see. It was pretty good. There was many things that I was very interested in. Braid anniversary seems like a good upgrade. Um, we'll see how that goes. Spelunky 2 seems cool. That's also, I think, console exclusive. I think I'm not really that sure, but yeah. Overall, I think people are still very. What people want to know is when and how much the PlayStation 5 is going to cost and when it's coming out. Like I said, I'm not going to buy any of the next gen consoles, so I'm not really interested in that. So I'm more interested in what games they start to like announce for the next generation that's going to take advantage of the newer technologies and that kind of stuff. So far, I mean, Horizon 2 was that. I mean, that was clearly just a movie, Like they that's what they want the game to show to look like, but it's clearly not the game how it is right now. But I hope it can look that way. The Russian and Clan game looks pretty good. Oh, the Crash Bandicoot 4 actually here in this presentation actually it grew a lot on me. I'm not a fan of Crash, but I'm even thinking about maybe giving it a chance to the collection on Switch that I have because it's not in PC, it's not in PC as far as I know, which is weird. But yeah, I think the PS5 exclusive is going to be an important part of the for the success of the PS5. But I think it's I mean, I think we are most of us or most of the people, not really me. Most people are more interested in like the big, huge games from third parties. What is like Cyberpunk 2077 going to look like on the next gen? The next Final Fantasy, the next. I mean, Ubisoft has already like shown a little bit of how their games are going to look on next gen, and it's not much of an improvement. But usually that's how it is the first few years of the generation, because well, cross-platform is a thing. The publishers still want to sell as much as they can, and they cannot commit to selling a new brand new game or all of their development money on a very tiny small very tiny how I say base player base. So yeah. But I think the show was pretty good. Now I'm going to look into what of those games shown are going to coming out on PC. Obviously, knowing that it's coming out in a platform that you own is going to make you more excited. So yeah, I hope some of them are on PC or Switch at least. And but yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty good presentation. Um, I'm a lot easier to please than most, I think. Even if there are things that are not really that exciting to me, I'm happy that they exist. All of the games, you know, I'm happy that people develop games and those games find an audience. That's always been like my feelings toward these things. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, this was the worst," like direct or why they did that. If they like, dude, not every game is going to be like huge. Not every game is going to be have a huge marketing budget to make you think that it's the best thing ever. So I don't see the point. I mean, like I said, there are some games that I'm interested, some games that I'm not interested. Some game that I'm interested, but I know I'm not going to be playing because of time or I don't have the platform. But just knowing that they exist and showing them, it's always a good way. It's always something that makes me at least happy. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think this was a good presentation. Uh, Quite good actually. Better than any other state of play. The PlayStation 5 presentation was also good. I would rate. I would give both of them like my approval. There were a couple of state of plays where I definitely felt like, yeah, I'm not very interested in most of the things. But like I said, saying stuff like disappointed or whatever, that's always. I've always think that that's not necessary, like and much less start harassing uh, uh, people on Twitter because of whatever they show or whatever. That's obviously the worst. Please, no, hope none of you guys do that. So, well, that's going to be it. Um, I'll be streaming on my channel, Dr. Blitzk, on Twitch. From time to time, I usually announce when I'm going to stream and what I'm going to be streaming also on my Twitter account, which is Dr. Dark Horror. Both of them could be there in the description. So thank you very much, everyone who's been watching and enjoyed these videos. I'll try to continue doing reacting and checking as many gaming news as I can. And hope to see you guys next time.